Very good evening to you and welcome to our Radio 47 News at 9. My name is Sammy Rogers. And straight away to some top news making our headlines tonight. A businessman shot and robbed over 4 million shillings in Italy. The NTSA crackdown continues across the nation. Kenya Wildlife Service announces changes to mass recruitment venues in 2 counties. Kalonzo issues ultimatum to President Ruto and Raila Odinga over NADCO report. Ex-Cabinet Secretary of Sports Rashid Echesa arrested over alleged extortion. Long rains expected as Weather Department issues warning for people to move from lowland areas. Welcome back and journey with me to the end. And to our first story. A businessman was today shot by some border guys who later robbed him 4 million shillings in Italy. A relative of the businessman told the press on Sunday that Adan Ali Mohammed, who was carrying 4 million shillings in cash, was en route to banking the money covering 2 days sales of cooking oil. The businessman, who was riding as a pillion passenger on a motorcycle, was accosted by another motorcycle and shot in the neck. Was later rushed to hospital where it was established that he had suffered a spinal cord injury since the bullet entered through his neck and exited through the back. Italy police confirmed that a manhunt for the 2 perpetrators had been launched. In other news, Super Metro passengers detained during NTSA crackdown, which continues after an increased number of accidents across the country. This was part of a nationwide crackdown by the authority, which seeks to improve road safety. Excess passengers offloaded and detained to avoid any inconveniences. Do not board an overloaded vehicle, NTSA stated. The passengers were immediately loaded into a waiting vehicle, after which they were to answer several charges. Kenyans in different parts of the country were also detained for flouting various transport rules and regulations. The Kenya Wildlife Service, also known as KWS, has tweaked its particulars for the upcoming nationwide recruitment exercise slated for between April 15th and April 19th this year. In a notice issued on Tuesday, April 2nd, the service explained that the venue changes affect 2 counties, which are Uasin Gishu and Narok counties. In Uasin Gishu, one of the venues was to be 64 Stadium, but now it will be moved to Kipchoge Keino Stadium. For those in Narok County, the recruitment exercise was moved to Masai Mara University grounds from William Ole Ntimama Stadium. In an earlier notice, KWS announced that it was seeking to recruit 1,500 cadets and rangers. Now on to politics. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka on Sunday, March 31st, issued an ultimatum to President William Ruto and opposition leader Raila Amolo Odinga to issue a statement of the suspension of the implementation of the National Dialogue Committee report. Speaking in Diani, Kwale County, Kalonzo remarked that he was suspicious that the suspension was politically motivated. According to Kalonzo, should President Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga not speak on the issue, he will deduce that there was an internal sabotage towards the implementation of the NADCO report. It is the responsibility of those who nominated the NADCO committee, Raila Odinga and Ruto, to come out and give direction. Otherwise, we will see they took advantage of us should they not do that, he stated. The Orange Democratic Movement ODM leadership is now warning of a possible tearing down of the party following vicious factional wars due to succession politics. This as party luminaries are embroiled in a bitter fight to take over leadership of the opposition political outfit from long-serving boss Raila Odinga, who is gunning for the African Union Commission chairmanship. Speaking while addressing the press on Wednesday, ODM National Chairman John Mbadi urged with caution and tampering of ambitions among those trying to take over from Mr. Odinga. A member of parliament, Otiende Amolo, has termed the apology made to Mama Ngina Kenyatta by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua as just a political move and lacks genuine intent. According to the legislator, Gachagua was only attempting to iron out the existing political tiff between the government and the Kenyattas to gain support in the Mount Kenya region. Straight away on to some business news, where revenue from tourism in Kenya jumped nearly a third in 2023 over the previous year, beating the pre-pandemic numbers. Kenya has been a major tourist destination in East Africa, traditionally attracting visitors from across the world to its wildlife parks and Indian Ocean beaches. A ministry report seen by AFP on Sunday said revenue rose 31.5% last year to hit 352.5 billion shillings. Kenya's inflation fell in March compared with a month earlier, driven by falling prices of some food items and transport costs, the Statistics Office said on Friday. Inflation dropped to 5.7% year-on-year in March from 6.3% in February, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics said in a statement. On a month-on-month basis, inflation was at 0.2% compared with 0.1% in February, the office said. Stima Sacco has recorded 21% growth in revenue to 8.96 billion shillings for the financial year ending December 31st, 2023, compared to 7.5 billion shillings the previous year. The Sacco asset base grew by 10% to cash 59.1 billion from cash 53.8 billion in the previous year. And to some international news, a total solar eclipse will sweep across the Pacific Ocean through Mexico, the United States and Canada and end over the Atlantic Ocean on 8th of April. The phenomenon occurs when the moon passes directly in front of the sun, blocking out the bright surface and revealing the ghostly traces of the sun's atmosphere. The alignment has to be precise, and this gives rise to a narrow track of totality from which the total eclipse can be seen. The United States is gearing up for one of the most important presidential elections in the country's history. On November 5th, Joe Biden will face the presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump in a presidential election that will have global ramifications. The United States is the world's preeminent superpower, and the winner of this year's White House race will influence everything from NATO's future and the security of Europe to global trade and the effort of halt damaging climate change. Also, Israeli forces have withdrawn from Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza after a 2-week raid that left most of the major medical complex in ruins. Hamas claims that the Israeli Defense Forces killed 400 people in the compound. And on to sports. Former Sports Cabinet Secretary Rashid Echesa will spend a long weekend in police custody after he was arrested over claims of extortion targeting Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza. Echesa, who is being detained at the Muthaiga police station after his arrest on Thursday afternoon, will appear in court on Tuesday after police refused to release him on bond. His lawyer, Danstan Omari, said Echesa is in police custody for the alleged extortion, cybercrime, bullying, and stage managing an abduction. Tusker Football Club head coach Robert Leon Matano now wants his boys to put full focus on the Premier League, hoping to catch up with leaders Gor Mahia, who are 7 points clear on the table. This is after hopes of winning the FKF Cup were ended on Saturday in Kisumu, where the Brewers lost 1-0 to Kakamega Homeboys in the round of 16. West Ham manager David Moyes has called on angry fans to back Calvin Phillips rather than continue to abuse the struggling on-loan midfielder. Phillips was involved in a heated exchange with supporters on Saturday following the 4-3 Premier League defeat to Newcastle. The 28-year-old England international was pictured making a middle finger gesture towards fans who had criticized him as he boarded the team bus. Let's get some weather updates. The Kenya Meteorological Department has issued a heavy rainfall warning across most of Kenya the next week beginning Tuesday. A forecast issued on Monday shows that heavy rainfall are expected in the Central Highlands, Western Kenya, Rift Valley, Southeast Lowlands, Coast, Northeast and Northwest regions between April 2nd and April 8th. The Meteorological Department also urged Kenyans to prepare for potential flooding in all the mentioned regions. That's all from us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check our website for more updates on these stories and others more. From everyone here at Radio 47 News at 9, have a peaceful night.
Kifo hakina huruma. Kifo hakina huruma. Kifo kitaka kunyua baya wa kifo. Fika hospitalini utakuta wengine wanalia, wengine wana miguu tena, wengine wana vidonda, wengine wana vipele, wengine wana ukurutu, wengine wamezaa watoto wamekufa. Shauri yako wewe kifo, kwa nini unatusumbua? Umezaliwa shauri ya kuishi. Ulimwengu bila watu si ulimwengu tena. Kifo hakina huruma. Kifo kulikuwa na baba yetu, kulikuwa tunamtegemea. Kifo amemchukua baba yetu, leo tunakwenda tunahangaika, hatuna mahala pa kulala. Wakati baba alikuwa yupo, wandugu walikuwa chungu tele. Leo baba yupo tena, wengine wanatusimanga, wengine wanatufukuza. Shauri yako wewe kifo hakina huruma. Nalikuwa na mpenzi wangu amebatika kwenda ng'ambo, nalikuwa namsubiri kwa hamu, leo amerudi Tanzania. Tumefunga pingo na maisha, mtoto wa kwanza tumezaa, mtoto wa pili akali tumboni. Kifo amemchukua mke wangu. Mwanangu analia kila siku, baba mama yupo wapi? Nashindwa la kusema, machozi yananitoka. Shauri yako wewe kifo hakina huruma. Kifo ni wa Baraka Mshehe, amekwenda Nairobi kutafuta maisha ya baadaye. Baraka Mshehe alifahamika sana katika ulimwengu wa muziki, hata Ujerumani wanapiga rekodi za Baraka Mshehe, hata Kinshasa za ile Franco Tabule anajua Baraka Mshehe. Kifo, kwa nini umetukatili? Kisubiri arudi Tanzania, tuone sura ya mwisho, tumzike mwanetu sisi wenyewe. Lakini kifo we, kwa nini hauna huruma? Kifo ni wa Gobi, kifo ni wa Bietito, kifo ni wa Ana Marie, kifo ni wa Mama Rome, kifo ni wa Lushik, kifo ni wa Masia, kifo ni wa Mohamed Kipande, kifo ni wa Salumu Abdala, kifo ni wa Lubaba. Kifo we, kifo ni wa Nikonzenge Kala, kifo na hata kipofu kifo we. Kifo siku ya mwisho kweli, walimwengu hatukupendi. Kwa nini unatuua? Kifo ni wa Lubaba, kifo ni wa kifo we, kifo ni wa Chinyama Chiasa, mlezi wa Makwize. Wamekuja wote pamoja kutoka kwao. Kifo taki watu wakipendana, umezoea kututenganisha. Kifo we, kifo hakina huruma. ungejificha wapi? Ungalikuwa unaonekana, kifo kalikuwa kingwana kifo, kifo kalikuwa kifo we, sijua la kusema kifo we. Kifo tulikupa rushwa, kusudi tuishi milele. Kifo, kifo, kifo hakina huruma. Kifo, kifo, siku yangu ikifika, kifo niarifu mapema. Niage wanangu, niage familia yangu yote, pesa zangu nizigawanye, zimebaki ni zile mwenyewe. Kifo na kusubiri kwa hamu. Kifo na kwenda dukani Kariakoo, tanunua shati jipya, tai mpya, koti jipya, suruali mpya, socks mpya, kiatu kipya. Kifo tanunua sanda yangu mwenyewe. Kifo tanipa watu wachimbie kaburi yangu ningali hai. Sitaki kuzikwa na mtu, nalizika mimi mwenyewe. Kwangu hakuna mataka, hakuna kilio, hakuna kunywa uji. Kifo takwenda Proezi, tanunua kleti 20 ya bia, 40 kwa wingi, chibuku kwa wingi, degerua kwa wingi, wazuki kwa wingi, kikumu kwa wingi, kaya kwa wasela. Kifo tafanya pati, taita watu zangu wote, marafiki zangu wote, washikaji wangu wote, wasela wote, ni wake kwa mwisho, na bia yangu mkononi. Kifo niambie tukutane wapi? Hata mimi nitakwenda mwenyewe kwa miguu. Sitakulaumu tena kifo we, nimeacha msimamo nyuma yangu. Kifo we, kifo, kifo hakina huruma. Kifo ajali ubonia wako, kifo ajali umwamba wako, kifo ajali cheo chako. Mbele ya kifo wa utambi, kifo ni kiboko yao. Kifo, kifo, kifo ni kiboko yako. Kifo, kifo, kifo ni kiboko yao. Kifo, kifo, kifo hakina huruma. Kifo, kifo, kifo hakina huruma.
That is Kifo Hakina Huruma by DK Remy Ongala and Orchestra Super Matimila. Bringing us to the start of our evening drive show with me, your host, Sammy Rogers.
And your co-host, Ray.
So the song Kifo Hakina Huruma, it's a somber song. It's a sad song that comes to us this evening on a day that we are mourning the death of our own, a student, a Chavakali boy student. Mm-hmm. The boys were involved in a road accident when they were leaving school for holidays.
Yeah, that was around Kisumu.
Yeah, it was midnight actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I woke up, then on checking through my phone, I came across that incident, which is not it's a sad state of affairs right now.
And also in our sad state, we can also put in mind the Pwani University students who also had an accident while going for games.
Yeah,
You remember the scene? It was a really bad scene, seriously.
Yeah,
Those
so
students died, but we put them in our prayer.
yeah, over the past few months, actually, we've been experiencing a number of road accidents, death here and there, and it's so unfortunate that most of the deaths are involving the young ones. Because when you check the state, the first one was that I can recall was the Pwani University school bus. It claimed a number of students' lives, which was very sad. Then after a while again, there was the incident of just the other day, the incident of the Kenyatta University students.
Yes.
Yeah, a number of young souls were lost. So it's a very sad state of affair.
Our young generation is really going.
Yeah, so we don't know whether somebody is behind it, whether it is recklessness. Nobody knows. At this point, Ray, I think we tend to believe that maybe somebody, these things, so-called cults, maybe are part of the things.
The cults are taking away our young generation.
Yeah, the young blood are going. I don't know.
This young blood is fetching a lot of money.
No. maybe not, but the truth is, it's a sad state of things, and a serious action needs to be taken.
Right now, I can tell you, while interacting with the young generation, especially university students, most of them tell you they're even afraid of traveling because every now and then moving, they must have an accident.
I saw which university was that postponed, cancelled all the trips that they had for upcoming, just because they fear having accidents. I don't know which institute was that. So you can imagine we are reaching a state where students cannot go for co-curricular activities, we cannot go for road trips, and the way we used to cherish those days during our days in high school. They were funkies, or what were they?
Funkies, outings,
exactly,
ball games and all. You mentioned them.
Yeah, for instance, my school, Ramba School, where we had our girls' schools. Every school had a girls' school. What was your girls' school?
Our girls' school, the Maseno School.
No, relax.
Yes.
It's not a tag of schools here. We are talking about who was your girls' school as the Maseno?
We were most loved by several women, so I can't tell, but
okay, it's okay.
Generally, most of our functions for the young generations are now cut off. They're afraid of having accidents, losing their lives. Those are young dreams lost. Maybe they were doctors, they were great people.
Yeah.
In that company, but now they are being lost because they are afraid.
On the same state also, I was scrolling through my socials. So I went on my TikTok. So I was just scrolling through TikTok. Then I came across a lady called, may her soul rest in peace. She's called Val. She's among the ladies that passed during the KU accident. She was this very beautiful girl, very vibrant. If you go through her page, oh my God, you can't imagine, such a soul is lost.
Oh my God.
So the issue is sad. We don't know what needs to be done. We don't know who is behind what, whether it's recklessness, but all this needs to be put to a stop.
Yeah, and we need to come out, all of us, hand in hand, and handle this situation right now because we don't know what's happening now.
Yeah, so if we continue this way, we won't have a generation in the years to come because it's mainly the young ones who are going. The young people are the ones going. So before we indulge on what might be the causes of these things, we'll have a short break. The words speak from there. Expecting cash from abroad this Easter season? Worry no more. Withdraw from Western Union to your Equity account, all from the comfort of your home or biashara. Select Transact Western Union to get started. Western Union, we are you. Back to our earlier conversation, we are going back to the third state of affairs in the country, where we are talking about the various accidents that have been happening in the recent times. But we won't continue indulging on the accidents. We want to know what is it that is causing the accidents. Is it individuals' faults? Is it the government's faults? Is it what is it that causes the accidents? Ray?
First of all, I can put some on the government. Like, our road conditions are very poor. Our government needs to really check on our road conditions.
That's so true.
Most roads are destroyed. They have potholes, sharp bends, and I don't know what. But our road conditions are very poor.
Kwanza hiyo stretch ya Waiyaki Way hapo ukipitia Kempinski.
Yes.
That road is very bad. There is a very dangerous pothole that is there. Another thing that we can say that is causing accidents. We have recklessness. So recklessness both on the side of the pedestrians, the side of the drivers, on the side of the police. There is a very unfortunate incident that I came across yesterday night. Ile tu unamkanga tuko usingizi unashtuka katikati ya usiku, whether ni ndoto mbaya ama ni nini, then something tells me, go through your phone. You know, I'm a phone addict, so I'm there going through my phone, then I come across, was it on Nairobi Gossip?
Yeah, it was on Nairobi.
Yeah, I come across a video where people are shouting in a vehicle. I'm like, and the title is police chase. So later on, I came to find out that the police car was chasing a matatu.
Yeah, it was a matatu.
A matatu that is having people on board.
Yeah, and the passengers were really screaming on top of them.
Including men. You could hear, I'm like, man, have we reached to this point where we're even afraid? Yeah? Where did is it
masculinity?
Exact. Mwanaume, wewe baba mkubwa unaanza kushoto, simamisha dere. I know it is risky, it is scary, but hey man, vitu zingine tuachie wanawake.
And then there is this thing of greed. Our drivers and conductors, they have too much greed for money.
That's so
They
true.
overload the vehicles, they chase up and down, competing one another for customers and all.
Wanakimbilia, inaitwa huko Islam tunaita kukimbilia idha.
Yes, that one. Those people who grew up in Islando can tell.
Yeah, that one.
But I mean greed. That greed is destroying our transport system.
Yeah, so several things are happening. We are coming now to find who is doing what, who is not doing what. And nowadays our officers, the traffic officers,
Yes.
there's nothing. They are there on the roads, yes, everywhere you come across them, but they're not doing their jobs. Their main job is to take bribes.
Hongo.
Hiyo ndio kazi yao wase.
Kitu kidogo.
That's why is it Eric Wainaina?
Yes.
Some of the song inchi ya kitu kidogo.
Ukitaka toa ketepa
ukitaka chai chukua ketepa. Kila kitu ni chai. So they end up taking bribes at the cost of lives.
This greed will finish us.
Hey.
And then our vehicle conditions. Hey.
Kuna zingine hata wewe ukiona uwezi panda.
Our vehicle conditions are very, very poor.
Za easily.
Unroadworthy vehicles.
Moshi inatoa unafikiria ni chimney.
And very unroadworthy vehicles.
Unaona ukiwa Black Samurai unavuta shisha.
Hey.
Wewe na hiyo gari ni kwa sunroof moja.
The vehicles are in poor conditions, just shutting off and on every now and then.
Sasa mko kwa speed lane and then all of a sudden gari inakwama. Wewe mwenye ulikuwa nyuma yake, what do you expect?
Causing a grisly accident because there's somebody behind you.
On the spot.
The spot hits you from the back. And then the vehicles pile up.
Gosh, what a sad state of affairs. Are you a driver? Do you want to get the latest number plates? NTSA got you covered. This is made possible by their new challenge, Mapema Ndio Best. Mapema Ndio Best. Visit www.ntsa.go.ke. To get your current number plates, only attach a colored copy of your logbook and pictures of your old number plates. NTSA, Mapema Ndio Best. Absolutely. NTSA Mapema Ndio Best. NTSA cares for you, and that's why they want you to get the best services. Also, apart from that, they want to make sure that you are safe on the road. Back to our discussion. Ray,
Yes.
What do we have next after we found the sources, the causes of the accidents?
Now we want to look into what are the possible solutions we can do or we can put into place to curb all these accidents happening on our roads. So following that ardent TSA, they always advise our drivers, get a good car in good condition, follow the road rules. I think enough is enough. They do public education. That is good. That is a way good start to curb our accidents. So public education, yeah, that really helps.
Another thing that can help us to curb these accidents, people need to be held responsible. When you do a mistake, this issue of bribe should be put to a stop. Let all this EACC, or is it the DCI, those Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, deal with these corrupt officers. They are causing lives. Just do your duty, move on the roads. When you see, like the other day I saw there were officers, I don't know which road was that, they were cornered taking bribes from matatus. So such like things are things that we want to see. We want to see things get into line. Let the corrupt officers be taken action for. At the same time, all the traffic officers be in charge, take duty. When somebody's on the wrong, make them feel the pain of doing whatever wrong they did.
I think also these are our circles for matatus. They can really help. Like, before recruiting drivers for matatus, you should really check their background. Have they gone to driving schools?
Proper driving
school. They have original driving license. Are they in good condition to drive? Some drivers are even drunkards. They don't even understand the road rules.
You can imagine. There are circles you get into their matatus, you're like, where am I? The driver drunk, smelling alcohol. The toad, all of them are all under the influence of alcohol. You wonder who is to be blamed.
So we really call upon our circles. All of you out there, you can really help to make a change.
Be on the watch. Don't just employ anybody. Employ people who qualify. Go for those who are best in the game.
And also our drivers, please learn the road rules, follow the road rules, all the signs and everything. There are some people who don't know even basic road rules. All they know is just to move a vehicle from point A to point E.
Wacha hata hiyo. Matatu drivers are known to be rogue everywhere. They really bully people on these roads.
Bora gari isonge from point A to B.
Wewe uko kwa lane yako vizuri. Matatu bora tu ameingiza kichwa anataka kuingia. You wonder, did this guy go to a driving school? I think that's why when you go to a driving school, you are told whenever you are driving, assume that you are the only sane person in that road. Because it really makes sense. Whatever we are experiencing on our roads, it really means most of us are insane.
Yes. And our fellow Kenyans, we call upon you, most of you as our passengers, please don't just keep quiet in the vehicle when something wrong is happening.
Speak, like the video we saw yesterday. Those men really represented us well.
I always seen carried matatus, by the way, Sam. They put these posters that
the banners, ongea, usikimie, komesha ajali, something of that sort. These things can really help us.
So fellow Kenyans, you are a big step for making a change in the roads.
Exactly.
We can make this change very massively. As soon as you start speaking anything happening wrongly, please don't just shut up and something wrong is happening. Yeah?
I hear you, Ray. So I think onto that topic, we are done for today. So we call upon everybody. Is it the one called uwajibikaji in Kiswahili? Yeah, let everybody take responsibilities, and it's high time. We are losing young lives. Young lives.
Kwa vile mwalimu alisema kidole kimoja
akivunji
chao. So we must all come out and do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. Let's all come together. It's a disaster, if not a pandemic, because we are losing young lives. This is the future generation. So at this point, we are winding up. We beg to sign out for tonight. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. I've been your host, Sammy Rogers.
With your co-host, CRA.
Good night from us to you. Adios.
Goodbye.